Live outside the protest. Like Arkansas. It's hot as crap out here. I see. What that say? We're not starting a race war, we're ending it. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I see a lot of white people down here with Black Lives Matter stuff. Go across the street in the park. Hold on. Let's go across the street to the park. It's crowded in the park. I tried. I just filmed the video where you got the National Guard all in the hood on every corner. The National Guard is deployed in West Philly, Southwest. I'll be showing that. I'm gonna walk through the park. I don't know. I guess a lot of white people believe Black Lives Matter now. I guess the tide is turning now. They're not saying all lives matter no more. I guess they praying over here in a circle. Meditation, getting their funds away, I guess. Let me see. Let me look around. Let me find some. Who that? What's up, Kenny Conjo? I guess they walking through. This is the art museum area. Man, it's hot as fish grease out this joint, man. Hey. Let me see. Let's see. Cold water. I don't know, man. It seemed like to me, as I walk around out here, it seemed like to me that this thing is going to turn into a gay lives matter, and not a fully black issue, because what I'm seeing for the most part is a lot of black and white people together, but it's more alternative lifestyle black and white people together, which becomes more for gay rights and not just black first rights. So when I get up here to the front, I'm gonna find some white people to harass. What's going on with the most? This is what I'm seeing for the most part, though. Like as I'm walking down the street and walking through the crowd. Let me see. I need to get out to the front out to the front and find the people with the signs, because I'm telling you, everybody down here, look, you know, most of the men for the most part don't look masculine. So, you know, the danger of it becomes after the aftermath of all of this, the LGBT community gets rights, and a lot of money will be allocated to a lot of white nonprofits that do nothing, programs in the black community that do nothing in the black community. That's what I see. This is what I see happening. If masculine black men and women don't get out on the forefront and get hold of this movement, I'm not going to sit here. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect the black homosexual. You know why? Because they out here. I'm walking through this crowd. I'm telling you. I don't see no masculine brothers and sisters. I see gay white people and black people sitting, meditating together and sitting out here. We ain't out here. I'm out here, but we ain't out here for the most part. We ain't representing. I'm telling you. I'm in the midst. I'm in the middle. I don't see us. We ain't representing. Look, she got the rainbow mouth thing. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. We ain't. Hold on. We ain't on the front line representing, man. Enough. What's going on, brothers? Color is not a crime. That's it. What's up, Black First? Big up, Black Ice TV. Yo, man, it's hot down this joint, man. All these damn people, man. Now everybody walk. I guess they walking to City Hall now. Look. That's what I'm saying. Look, that's not us. But guess what though? I ain't gonna disrespect them because they out here. They out here fighting for their rights. So a lot of people say, I ain't down with the march. I ain't marching. I ain't doing none of that. But you also ain't doing nothing to get certain things done. Policy push. We just complaining. What I'm saying is we should be out here in Philadelphia with like 800,000 black people in the city. We should be out here 250,000 strong. To the point where they have to have the National Guard out here because you got masculine black men on the front line declaring that we get things done or else. We ain't out here, man. We ain't out here. I mean LGBT out here in full force. And I'm telling you, when policies get pushed, watch what happens. I'm telling you, as usual, it's going to get pushed down the line to the LGBT community and white nonprofit groups. This is what's going to happen. I keep trying to tell y'all. Listen, I don't care about that we are the Hebrews. The Hebrews need to be out here then. The Hebrews need to be banding together. All the Hebrews and all the camps need to be banding together all across America to force policy. Other than that, don't come in here saying we Hebrews. I don't want to hear that because the Hebrews ain't even together. Until the Hebrews come together and become 1 million strong across America as a masculine force, then the Hebrews ain't shit either. They ain't no different than nobody else. Because they in the streets talking shit all day, but they ain't pushing, they not declaring and pushing policies to get pushed with the threat of violence. That's the only way you're going to change things, man. That's the only way things are going to get changed. So while they got the National Guard all in West Philly, Southwest Philly, North Philly, you got whites in the LGBT community all downtown marching, and Negroes in the hood ain't doing shit but sitting out on the porch. Negroes in the hood ain't doing shit but sitting out on the goddamn porch. That's what they doing, man. That's what they doing. I'm telling you, we gotta, as masculine men, we gotta take control of these churches and take control of the black city councils across our city. We need to shut them joints down, lock them down, and demand that something get done. We need to get out here and be men and be fucking masculine. We keep saying fuck Black Lives Matter, but where's the counter to Black Lives Matter? Where is it? Where is it? You know why you see solidarity between black and white down here? Because as the LGBT community, they have something in common. That's why you see a lot of Muslims or church members be real friendly towards white because they both believe in Jesus. They both believe in Allah. So in that spiritual belief, somebody of your same color could be your enemy if they don't believe what you believe in. But when you get to the LGBT community, it's shrouded in the same bullshit. They carry the same beliefs. What the hell? They're stealing shit. So you got the African girl over there walking down the street with the two white girls. I mean, it's just like you would think. When you see this crowd, you would think that America is the big utopia, race utopia. But I'm telling y'all, inside the inner cities that we come from, y'all need to get out here and represent and stop letting people speak for y'all. You can't let white people protest for you or speak for you on your behalf. You gotta speak. You gotta let white people talk to white people about racism. We got to talk to our people about selling us out and not getting shit done. That's what we got to talk to our people about. I have nothing else to say or really to talk to white people about, because white people don't need to be explained about racism. They know it. So white people got to go back and talk to white people if they care about black people. What's going on, Simply Unique? That's the only way. That's the only way you're gonna get the change, man. I'm telling y'all. So if you got white friends, there's nothing wrong with having white friends. If you got white friends, tell them if they're your friends and they care about you and they say Black Lives Matter, tell them to prove it to you. Tell them to prove it to you. Tell them to go against the white infrastructure with fear of being ostracized, fear of losing jobs. Are they willing to lose everything and be called a traitor by their own people for you? If not, then all this shit is for nothing. Look, that's what I'm telling you. This is who's protesting for you. This is what's down here, man. Out here in droves. So when the world news come down and they show CNN, you see the LGBT community standing out here. Y'all read that Black Lives Matter mission statement? Wait till we get up here to Love Park. We're walking up to Love Park. You part of Black Lives Matter? You from here?
Yeah, I'm from
West
West Philly.
Philly? Let me ask you a question. How do you feel? What's your name first? I'm sorry.
Kashanti.
Kashanti, I'm from Southwest Philly. My name is George. I'm live now. How do you feel about the masses of white people protesting for us? Do you trust it?
I trust it. I'm so proud of how many people that don't look like me that is out here, that is risking their lives, and other protests where they were gassed and sprayed with gas and all that. I'm so proud of them, and it just shows me that it is possible.
It's possible.
It is very possible for us to get to where we need to be in America.
So do you think that racism and bigotry can be trained out of the minds of white people?
I do. I am a Christian. I'm a born Christian. I go by faith and not by sight.
Okay.
And I have faith that one day we can be able to train bigotry and racism out of people that do not look like me and people that do look like me, because I'm pretty sure there's people that do look like me that are racist just as much as ignorant as the next person.
I say, because we got the people watching. I say that I always, how old are you first of all?
I am 21.
Okay, yeah, you're younger than my daughter. I'll say this: racism is institutional. It's in the institutions. We're reared in this country to be racist. Now, black people are reared to be responsive to racism in this country because of the way it's implemented and taught. So in this country, we've been told what to do, how to behave, when to protest, when not to protest. They control the employments, they control the economics, they control every stream. So as a 21-year-old, here I am, I'm in my 40s, right? So I've seen a lot. And I'll say for me, right? I don't believe that white people, as of right now, have a right to govern over us, because nobody ever gave white people a psychological evaluation based off of our historical racism. Because see, now we're going for justice, but who's doing the evaluation to give us justice? Other white people. Who's to say that they're not just as racist as the guy Derek that's sit on his neck? So what I'm saying is, as young black people, we have to really evaluate our experiences here and ask the right questions. Now, I don't think that just every white person is racist, but racism is American culture.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, when you're a white kid and you're raised and Santa Claus is white, Jesus is white, all the inventors we invented every damn thing. I teach this stuff, but all the inventors to them and white, they're trained from the time they're a kid to see themselves as first, and you to be subordinate. That's why when we get around white folks, we pull our pants up. We start talking funny. We think the standard of beauty is white. We think the standard of success is white. Until you eradicate that psychologically, you're never going to get rid of racism.
And I agree with that, because I've been told my entire life, not my entire life, but majority of my life, that I talk white, and I just tell them, no, there is no race to talking proper.
Right.
I was raised a certain way. How do you want me to?
You talk with some type of decency.
Yes, I talk with decency.
But do you know where that comes? You know why? You know what happens there? Because what happened was, it was a period of time when you take African people and you take their culture and their language and you mix it with a foreign language, our way of English is going to be different. So in order for us to be accepted, we started to behave like them instead of behaving within our culture. So we'll talk at the barbecue, me and you will talk a certain way, but then we'll go over there and start. But really, that's racist too, because we shouldn't have to do that. We should as long as I'm exhibiting pro-social behavior in society, I shouldn't have to stop being George in order to fit in over here. But that's racist. So what I'm saying is, white people governing us without a psychological evaluation of them has been a colossal failure. So I've seen protests, right? And I'm gonna tell you something. You've been 21, where I tell the young people where you got to watch out, what you got to watch out for. There's been many protests. There's been many killings of black people. But after the protests, other groups get the benefits that we don't get. So you got to look out for other groups that don't. A lot of these white people, a lot of them are part of organizations where money will be allocated to their nonprofits that do nothing for the black community. So black people have to have a specific cause directly for them. And we have to tell our white so-called allies, you have to go to your white friends and protest to them, because see, racism is not our problem. Racism is something that we was forced to acquiesce to. So what I'm saying is, so when you look at the power structure, the power dynamics, they're 50 yards ahead for a reason. So when I tell young people, when y'all out here, don't be bamboozled by the post-racial utopia, because that's bullcrap. We have to learn how to be leaders. And I want you young people, because you gotta remember, H. Rap Brown, you know who that is?
Not really.
You know who Stokely Carmichael is?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Okay, well, these was all young freedom fighters in the 60s. They were your age. They didn't wait till they was 40 to start making moves. They was pushing for government policies. A lot of them were jailed, some of them were killed, and they were kicked out of the country. So what I'm saying is, Dr. King peaceful protesting, and he was murdered. Do you know they killed his brother the next year, 1969?
I did not know that.
Do you know they killed his mother in 1974 when she played the organ in the church? Yeah, see, these people are not going to teach you that. That's why we have to talk. Now, me talking to you don't mean that I hate all white people, but I love my people enough to tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Because if we really want to get policy pushed, we have to be honest about certain things. So my thing is, when we ask for policies, there's going to be a group of white people in the room talking about how they should give us certain policies. But who gives them the right to govern us? Who says that they're psychologically fit to govern us? Because see, what I'm saying to you is, who's to say that district attorney, that CEO of a company don't agree with the man that put the knee on his neck? This is American culture. So don't be bamboozled because we can sit next to them or they talk nice to you. Because you might date a white guy, that don't mean his parents like you. We have to wake up. So and a lot of times we living in this, it was just a black man in a park and a white lady called the cops on him. Why? You know why? She called the cops because in her mind she knew she was white and she can get that man in trouble. Now how many black men have been hung over the years because of white women calling the police on them? Right. So all I'm saying for you 21-year-olds, all you young people out there, you 21-year-olds that's watching, and I know we living in a different time with the hip-hop era and you got all different kinds of races together. Until they change the institutions and the way we teach history and the way we teach, and black people are not conditioned to understand and know themselves, because see, in America, the more educated you get, the lesser and lesser you get away from your black culture. I can't go into one of these buildings with an IDB Wells shirt on. They're going to say that I'm militant. But I'm just a black man that love my culture. But me loving my culture, if I had dreads, I'm militant. That's racist. I'm not allowed to be unapologetically African. That don't mean that I hate everybody, but white people can be unapologetically white. They put that Rizzo statue up there, and they knew the history of Rizzo in Philadelphia, but they did it anyway. So what I'm telling, yeah. So I just want y'all to have a understanding of what you're dealing with. Yeah, I'm going over. All right, but so you be on YouTube?
Not really.
Well, if you go to YouTube, you subscribe to George Macon, but you talk to these young people. There's nothing wrong if you know y'all young having white allies, but tell them if they're your friends, tell them to prove it to you. They can't just come and say, hey, I'm your friend today, because when things go bad, they can go back to their communities. You still got to struggle. You still black. You don't get to take this off. You understand what I'm saying? Remember that. Remember that. Being black ain't white hate. Being black, you should be proud of who you are. You shouldn't have to change anything about you to be who you are. This country don't accept that.
Thank you. I still gotta go this way.
Yeah, I think that everybody going to Love Park.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out here, man. I'm out here talking to the youth, man. I'm out here pour some of the young black family to the side because I know how society bamboozles us. Do you know during my time when I was your age, they put crack in our neighborhoods. And
That I knew.
they put crack. See, they were shooting us back then too, but the difference was that generation was shooting back. So what they did was they put crack in the neighborhoods and they put y'all dads and uncles in jail for 50 and 60 years. But the government was the biggest drug dealers. So what I'm saying to you is white America and the government is not psychologically fit to govern black people. You cannot trust. How many times you seen our people get shot and you seen district attorneys and them let them off? And then we come out here and protest. So we asking the wrong questions. If they give me the bullhorn, I'm gonna ask the people, how is it that white people is psychologically fit to walk with us, protest with us, govern us? We gotta ask that. That don't mean that I want them to leave, but we gotta ask the uncomfortable questions.
Yeah.
And if we're not willing to do it, then it's all for nothing. Because then that means we're scared of white people. We're scared of what their reaction is going to be. And see, I love y'all generation more because if I don't talk this way, then I'm letting you down. Because my job is to tell you the uncomfortable truth and not pussyfoot around. Because we'll be right back here. We'll be right back here next year, 2 years from now. You be like, I remember when this guy told me.
And I'm gonna definitely remember this day too.
Yeah.
This is my first protest.
Look up Dr. King. They killed his brother in 1969. They killed his mother in 1974. Now, how come every time I ask somebody black that, young people, they never know it? How come it's not taught in the schools?
And it's a shame that Black history is an elective. It's sometimes not always a requirement. But we're taught like just traditional like American history.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why.
We always leave out the important parts or the things that guide us to where we are right now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. We live in a system of capitalism. In our city, who's the biggest consumers? Black people. We don't own nothing, right? So if you taught black people their history and black boys had a frame of reference of what they should be, they wouldn't be killing each other. Instead of me trying to be a drug dealer, I'll be trying to be Paul Robeson. I'll be trying to be the next Malcolm X, the next Dr. King. So if you taught history to black boys, we would economically develop our own self. And in the system of capitalism, everything is about competition and money. So in your communities that you come from, Koreans, Chinese, Arabs, and everybody else own all the money. And we fund. Now let me ask you a question. How much money has those Chinese stores given to any of our schools? All the money we give them every year.
Not in comparison to what we give them.
So you got to look at, so what I'm saying, you got to look at the bigger picture. It's bigger than just this, but they're not going to tell the young people the truth. That's why we got to be out here amongst ourselves protesting with our own megaphones, talking and teaching to the youth and telling them, because see, it's your job now to push this thing forward. Our job is to teach you. So I'm gonna find some more. I'm out here. She's 21, man. She said this is her first protest. She's younger than my daughter, man. I'm just out here giving her some real game. And I'm not.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm not telling you to hate nobody, but I want you to be more.
I don't have room in my heart to hate.
Well, that's us anyway. That's the original people. That's why we get taken advantage of anyway, though, because we love and accept everybody but each other.
Pretty much.
That's just, it's our nature.
Thank you.
It's in our nature. So when we get up here in Love Park, y'all, it's real crowded up here. So I'm gonna go up here, but like I was at 52nd in Chestnut when they were shooting the tear gas bombs off.
I was there too. I know what you're talking about. I was driving on that street when it happened.
Yeah, I was in the middle. I was in the middle of everything. And he said, "This your first protest?"
I was driving around when it happened. I was going somewhere, but I actually kind of drove into the mix of it, so I had to turn it off because it was blocking off streets.
Yeah, we a block away. So what your mom or your parents say about this?
I actually had a whole conversation with my grandmother. And my aunt. Me and my aunt had a whole argument. She didn't understand why we were so angry and how we took out our frustration. And I had to give it to her straight. Like, we've been asking for years. She knows.
She knows.
And I have older parents. My dad is 73. Believe it or not, my dad is 73.
Right.
And my mom is 62.
What's your dad say?
I haven't spoken to my dad about this. He is not in my life with me.
Okay. But let me tell you something about people like your aunt and other older people. This is why I'm having this conversation with you. Because we don't control nothing, black people are used to being told what to do by white people. So white people will tell you, this ain't the right place to protest. This ain't the right time to protest. Let me tell you something, protest is supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to be, it's not supposed to have a time on it. You don't get to tell me when I can protest. Do you know America was built off of protest and slavery? The white Americans protested against England, and then they fought a war, and they used slaves as cannon fire. Do you know when Cole Cabinet knelt for the flag, they said that was a disrespect to the flag? But let me ask you this question. Do you know that black soldiers were hung in their uniforms?
Yes.
Coming from the war? So how can white people, so this is why I'm telling you that they're not equipped to govern us. How can white people say that we're disrespectful kneeling for the flag when we come from an ancestral lineage of people that was hung by whites who fought in the wars in their uniforms? So what I'm telling you, when you out here protesting shoulder to shoulder with other ethnic groups, you have to understand who you are. Because everybody know more about you than you know about you. That's how they control us. And we gotta have our own demands. We cannot let white folks, Indian people, or other people speak for us.
Yeah, I had a whole debate with my aunt. I said, "You mad at us, but we continuing your fight. This is not. We have to keep going. What y'all did decades ago, we are still fighting to this day."
Of course.
And she had the nerve to tell me that I don't even understand what I'm actually fighting for. She literally told me.
Because she cared. She don't want nothing to happen to you.
And I get it. But if that was the case, my mother wouldn't even let me out here.
Because your mom knows what's up.
My mom knows what's up. But my aunt, however, she had the nerve to tell. First of all, my wake-up call was Trayvon Martin. I was in middle school when that happened.
Yeah, I hear young people say that all the time.
That was my wake-up call. I didn't.
You didn't understand until you saw.
I didn't understand that until somebody that looked like me, and I was old enough to understand. So don't ever tell our generation that we don't understand, because we wouldn't be risking our lives if we didn't understand.
So we in the city of Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, you got a lot of black-white shirts. Yeah. So when you seen Trayvon Martin, but then you seen Tamir Rice too, right? Mm-hmm. And then you seen No Justice. So white people believe that they can kill our children and give us a check. So if they kill my son is worth a $3 million check for my peace. That's what we've settled for. No justice. There's no justice. It's just us. So, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. I done seen all this stuff. They shot Sean Bell 48 times in New York City back in 1990. They shot Amadou Niango 41 times. They took a nightstick and jammed it up. One of the guys, I forgot his name. I mean, it's all kinds of things. Do you know the city you in? They dropped a C4 bomb on the block. Remember the move bombing?
I know what you're talking about.
So what I'm saying to you is, when we know all of this, you have to ask the question, what makes them psychologically fit to govern us? Because this is the thing. Do you know if you say anything about Jews or the homosexual or the LGBT community, you could be fired, right? Because they're a protected class. How come African Americans are not a protected class? I don't even care if you black and you gay, because you black first. So how come black is not a protected class? But everybody else is. The Jews became a protected class after the Civil Rights Amendment in '64. But we supposed to be, but we're not. So what I'm saying is, if a white person is arguing with me, how would I ever know that he's not arguing with me with a mindset of calling me a nigga?
And I've been very public on my social media. I've seen a lot of my white friends who are silent or giving out the wrong message.
Of course.
And I just put out there that, you know what, you have to change your mindset.
These are the real people ruling the country. Have a blessed day.
These are the real people ruling the country. Universal health care. Let me see. So this is where the crowd is now. So now we here at the crowd. We're gonna see the National Guard. So they say this is the real people. Now the real people ruling the country is the billion-dollar hedge fund people. But see, your aunt seen a lot too.
I know, and I'm not knocking her opinion. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is that there were certain things that she told me about myself and that I didn't agree with. And
because she feared for you. Because see, black people experienced a lot of undiagnosed trauma. You gotta understand something. In Black in America, we got PTSD, especially my generation and your aunts and them generation. We saw the crack era. We saw murders. We saw black people be killed by cops, and we saw no justice. You don't just come back from that normal. But when the white people was doing it, they never got psychological evaluation and help either.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So now we at the crowd, y'all. Now we out. All right. You up. So So now we out here. You said the resolution is bad? Let me tap the screen. Did it get better, Riz? Tell me if it got better. I'm tapping the screen. Tell me if it got clearer. I almost forgot. I'm ready to go harass some people. It's hot as crap out here. Let me see. It still didn't get better? I wonder why. So they give me a paper saying these, okay. So let me see, let me walk up in the crowd and harass some people. Let's walk up in the crowd. Look at the police, hold on. I want y'all to see the National Guardsmen. It's hot as crap. My bad. Look, you got the National Guard.
They cover them. They all cover their badge numbers so we don't report them on every single one of them.
Uh-oh.
No? Not cool.
Get it for the number.
They out here, look, man. They out here arguing with the cops. Yeah, it's hot as shit right now, man. I blame Great Black Shark for this foolishness. Oh, let me put this paper down, man. I'm burning up out here, man. Yeah, it is like 90 something. Let me see. What the hell? Goddamn Asian lady looking crazy out here.
No, New York State, upstate. Albany.
Who that?
No, I'm from here. Yeah, I look at this.
She said, Black Lives Matter. How you doing?
Wonderful.
You from here too?
Yep.
Okay. You believe Black Lives Matter?
They do.
Huh?
And they do. Absolutely.
Okay. Why you believe Black Lives Matter? Huh?
I think our lives matter as a people.
Right, it should.
I think they all matter, and I'm against police injustice.
Well, let me ask you a question. How come why is it so hard to get white America to understand this?
I think most of them do. I think we have a problem with communication, and I know my opinion may not be popular.
No. We need to have the uncomfortable conversation. I believe that white America should be uncomfortable and made uncomfortable. It don't always have to be violent, but it has, because we've been uncomfortable for a long time. And I feel like white people don't have the right to govern black people, because white people never had a psychological evaluation as to the way they view us.
That's fair.
They told us how to talk, us how to dress. Y'all been our employers.
That's fair.
But how would I ever know that if you just discriminate against me just for being black? And you can do it because y'all in the power.
It's illegal, but it's hard to prove.
What I'm saying is, I don't think that we can get to a point where we have to prove it. What I'm saying is, racism is American culture. So, growing up as a kid, Jesus was white. Santa Claus was white. All the superheroes was white. I'm just saying, everything associated with greatness or power was white. So it teaches white kids to look at themselves as first. Superman, everything associated with power of intelligence. And so now if you're a person of color being black, and you're looking at it through that lens, how do you view yourself?
Right.
So the standard of success was white.
Yep.
So how is it that if we, in America, the Jews is a protected class, but what happened to them happened overseas, what happened to us happened here? How come the black race isn't a protected class? And you have educated, competent white people that know this.
Right. It's supposed to be. Right. Black people are supposed to be a protected class.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen that way, unfortunately.
So see, for me, white people protesting for us don't mean anything if white people is not willing to protest to their own people to change. Because white people protesting for us means nothing if white people is not willing to protest against their own infrastructure without us. What are white people willing to lose? Are y'all willing to be considered traitors to your own people and your infrastructure? Are you willing to lose everything on behalf of me? If not, then it's all for nothing. Because see, you can go back home. I can't take this off. I'm gonna be black. So what I'm saying is, in America, The district attorney that's going to preside over this case, the judge. How will we know if the judge ain't racist? We live in America. He was raised here too.
I don't think you can get rid of racism. I don't think it's
So what I'm saying is black people, look at it from our perspective. Why would we trust anything then? We have a right to reject and not trust anything. At this point, I believe that white people governing us have been a colossal failure in this country because white people have never been psychologically evaluated to see if they were fit after slavery, after Jim Crow, after unfair everything, right? After civil rights bills. Remember, Dr. King protested peacefully. White America killed him. They killed his brother the next year. Did you know that? They killed his mother in 1974. Did you know that? So when we peaceful protest, when we said black power, they killed us. They dropped the bomb on the move. So what I'm saying is, we have to ask the uncomfortable questions. We're used to being told what to do by y'all. So when y'all come out and say, "Hey, we join you," black people just say, "Hey, that don't work for me. You got to prove yourself to me."
So is this live?
Yeah, we're talking. But what I'm saying is this, right? I don't hate you. I don't even dislike you. But I believe that we should have these uncomfortable conversations if we're going to see, because I'm not the type person that pussy for the tip that will do the tulips. I tell the truth. So for me, if I'm standing shoulder to shoulder with a white person protesting, I don't really know who I'm standing with.
I'm with you. Me too. I came out here right now to observe, but I haven't marched with anyone here. I certainly support the mission, right? I think change needs to be done differently. You have to push for different laws. I'd like to see a lot of change in the way that policing is done. I'm a business owner, right? I see, it's gonna get really hard to hear for a second.
Yeah. They come through with the motorcycles.
I see a lot of positive change that is happening. And this is gonna sound...
No, speak your mind.
So, as a white business owner, it has been really hard to find the support that I've needed for my business as an entrepreneur, because there's so much focus on minority funding and so much, effort to try and fix what is wrong. And there's a lot that's wrong.
Right. But you know where that comes from? I tell white people, the problem is not with us. It's with the government and what they did. Agreed. That's why I said white America should be angry at the government for what they did to us, because y'all paying the price for it in a lot of ways today. So affirmative action. Well, I can't get a good job because they're going to the blacks. Well, for 60 years, my grandfather and them couldn't get the jobs. They created felonies that if you catch at 18, you still can't get a job. Who you think that was for?
Yeah, I was giving an example earlier. Like, my grandparents were able to buy a house for like 10 grand. It increased tenfold. Black people weren't.
Well, the insurance companies wasn't giving us loans to get homes. The middle class was built by the government because white people was rioting and tearing up this country. The Irish and the Italians was. So, but when we do it, it's wrong. But this country was built off of it. So for me, I ask all white people the uncomfortable questions when they come out here. I want to know why you really out here.
Right. Yeah.
Were you out? Are you going to be out? So for me, are you willing to be out here tomorrow without black people protesting against the racist whites? Because a lot of white people are afraid to call out other whites because they don't want to be ostracized.
Yeah,
Get ostracized.
Yeah.
If that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, what's your name?
Adam.
Nice, Adam. My name is George. Man, nice talking to you. What's your name?
I'm online right now.
You're online too? I'm online too. What's your name?
I also can't say.
Huh? All right. I'm talking to. Yeah, we going around. We gonna talk to some people. I'm gonna find some more white people to harass. Who in here? Let me see who in here. His girl sounds suspect. Let me see who in here. Yo, it is hot, man. Hold on. It ain't that many people out here like it was the other day. I can't even see. What's up, Craig Harper? Where the real Dana at? Dana was in here? What the sign say? No justice, no peace. Well, you know what black people say, right? When we see that word justice, we say just us. There's no justice, it's just us. That's how we feel.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, why do you, let me ask you a question. What's your name?
I'm Alice.
Alice, what's your name? Devin, what's your name? Who?
Zach.
What's up, Zach?
Need water.
Let me ask you a question. Why is it so hard for white America to believe that Black Lives Matter, in your opinion?
My opinion, I don't know. They teach the wrong history.
In the schools, right? So you think racism is institutional? Well, we've been saying that a long time. You know, when we were kids, Santa Claus and Jesus was white, so was Superman. So if I see Superman, if Superman and Jesus is white, what do you think will happen when I see you? If God is white, when I see white people, what do you think will happen? That's institutional. They do that as children. But what do you think it do to the minds of white people when they see that? It conditions you to see yourself as first.
Shit, yeah.
So what now I have a question, right? I have a question. Because I don't mind white protesters protesting for black people. But we got to deal with the psychological the impact that racism has had on us, right? As a black person, I don't feel as though white people have the right to govern us. It's been a colossal failure. So, okay, so now we out here because a black man was killed, right? But this going to be a white district attorney and a white DA. How, as black people, we would ever trust that they don't feel the same way he feels?
Part of the issue. That's one of the reasons we're angry, you know?
Right, to get change, right?
Yeah.
So I feel as though white people governing over black people and people of color period has been a colossal failure in this country. So you have white people that complain today about affirmative actions and different things because they can't get jobs, but that's really the government's fault. So as younger white people, are y'all willing to challenge the white infrastructure and lose everything or be called traitors on behalf of black people? See, because this is where it gets to. Because if you protest with me, and when it's over, y'all can go back home. We can't take this off. What are y'all willing to lose to protest with black people? Because see, I'll be honest with you, I don't trust white people. It's not that I don't just walk around and just say, hey, I hate white people. But I don't trust the way y'all think. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Like, be super
Now we just watched Drew Brees talk about the kneeling for the flag again, right? Now, but this is the thing. Our grandfathers fought in those wars too, right? And now, did you hear the statement that Drew Brees made, the football player? When he just made it yesterday, he made a statement that he said he would never respect anybody kneeling for the flag. His two grandfathers fought the war and all these things, right? But the problem that Drew Brees is a very intelligent NFL quarterback, very competent man, right? He's not dumb. Do you know that our grandfathers fought in those wars too? When they came home from the wars, they were hung in their uniforms. They were hung in uniforms. They hung black men and set them on fire, cut their penises off, set them on fire, and I can show you pictures. If you look at the pictures of hangings, they used to have town hangings of black people where thousands of whites would show up. And guess what they used to do? Make postcards and give them out for Christmas. Africans in uniforms coming from the military. So when they make that, he knows damn well what it is, but most people refuse to understand our plight because a lot of them don't see us as equals. But it comes from the institutions. So what I'm saying to you young people, if you really want to protest with black people, you have to understand what you're protesting for and what you're protesting against.
There's a lot of learning to do.
Yeah.
Sure, there's a lot of unlearning
because a lot of white people in these infrastructures are going to look at y'all as traitors. You know, so I wish we had some type of post-racial utopia, but American culture is racist.
A long way away.
Yeah. So I want to thank y'all for talking to me and answering the questions. We live. I got a bunch of people watching. You know, and you know, like I said, I don't hate all white people, but I don't trust the minds of white people.
That's fair.
You know. All right. Thanks for y'all time.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name?
My name is Zip.
Zip.
Yeah.
You out here full-fledged. You ready for war, huh?
Yes, I am.
Huh? You ready for change?
Yes, I am.
Huh? What type of change you want in America?
I want to abolish the police.
You want to abolish the police?
Yes, and change it. Community change.
Well, I think the institutional racism goes above the police.
Yes,
You
it
have
does.
to
Yes,
abolish
sir.
the curriculums in the schools.
Yes, sir.
I believe
Absolutely.
that white people are not psychologically fit to govern black people.
I absolutely agree with that.
We've had psychological evaluations in this country. We've been told what to do, how to walk, how we should wear suits in these buildings here. We've been told how to do everything by white people.
Absolutely.
No, white people never had a psychological evaluation on how they should govern black people.
Nope. No, they
So you got white employers, right?
Yep.
You have white homeowners own the institutions, the schools, the businesses. They teach our babies, but they have never had a psychological evaluation to see if they were fit. See, because we can't talk about racism and all this, what we're protesting about, we're not willing to deal with the real issue, the source of it.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, even white people that protest, that still don't mean that they don't have racist tendencies based off of American culture.
Absolutely.
So I like to ask the uncomfortable questions.
Right.
That don't mean I hate you, but I don't trust you.
No.
I don't believe that y'all should be teaching our children. I don't believe that we should. I believe that we should be a super protected class, even more than the Jews, because what happened to us happened here,
Absolutely.
not in Jerusalem.
Absolutely.
When we go to these jobs, we're discriminated against. They have felony systems set in place where black men are put in prison based off the first criminals that put the drugs in the communities in the first place. So what I'm saying is, this system has been a colossal failure, and I want white America to understand that if you're going to protest on our behalf, you have to understand the full grasp of what you're protesting for. If not, you can go back home. I can't take this off. I gotta wear this.
Absolutely.
You can fix your hair, get it right, and go into corporate buildings and be white again.
Right.
Now, in the 60s, a lot of them did that. Once it was over, they went back to being white, and the movement was done.
Right.
So if we want to see a real movement, I don't really need white people protesting for us. I need white people to protest to white people.
Right. Yes.
Call out your uncles, call out your aunts, call out your employers. What are you willing to lose on behalf of black people? Because see, they'll call you a traitor. See, I gotta ask every white person I see this, because I know that a lot of my people ain't gonna have the heart to ask, because a lot of black people are conditioned to be subordinate to you. The minute you come over and say, "Hey guys, I'm with you," black people start cheering. I don't do that. You got to prove yourself to me.
Right. Absolutely.
You have to prove yourself to me.
Absolutely.
I need to see what you're willing to lose. So that's just how I feel. Don't mean I hate you,
No, I'm here for it.
but we done seen too much. When we said Black Lives Matter, maybe some of the white people out here now said all lives matter. They may be changing now. But you still have you got online where you see white kids playing a game where they put the knees on the necks. The knee, I seen it on the social media.
Yeah,
but it's institutional.
Exactly.
It's the way of thinking. So I'm not gonna take up more of your time.
No, I'm here for it. Thank
Chaos,
you so
what's
much.
up, Chaos? Lakeisha? Yeah, we got. Y'all. He gonna say they all know what they people did. Yeah, I mean, you I'm sure you do, right?
Oh, I know.
So, what I'm saying is, racism is not our problem.
No.
Racism is for you guys to fix it. But what I'm saying is, you guys, we have to have our own agenda.
Yeah.
You guys have to have an agenda of getting your people in line.
Yes.
We can't do it. We tried to do it. We tried to do it every way. We tried it peacefully.
And they don't listen.
Yeah.
They don't listen.
So because they're not willing to give up their power structure. You gotta remember, this is a capitalist system. They're not willing to share the wealth.
There has to be people on the bottom.
And
of
the problem is, most white Americans, the elites don't care nothing about y'all either. They just created the fake racial construct to make you believe you have a voice and put one over top of each other. But if you go to your dad's house and I go to my dad's house, it's high blood pressure medicine on there. They're giving your dad the same immunizations they giving mine.
Right.
They're giving your dad the same fucked up foods. They just created this fake thing to make you believe if you're white, you're better. But the corporate structure don't give a damn about you. They use y'all as cannon fire in their wars.
Right.
People in Senate don't send, the white people in Senate and Congress don't send their children to fight, but they'll send yours. It's time white America wake up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Can I show you a sign? There you go.
I got two more.
Huh?
I got two more.
You got two more?
Yeah, of course I'm not gonna bring my son out here, but I would like to have the whole business.
Why am I a suspect? That's right. That's right.
There, you see the small print?
Yep. And you got that one right there.
Yeah, it's my baby girl.
Mommy said I can't breathe. That's right. That's right. That's right. What's your name? Christina. What part of the city you from? Frankfurt? It's Christina from Frankfurt, y'all. She out here. She out here. It was nice seeing you, all right? You see me out here talking to the white people, right? You got me? Look, y'all, look. Hold on, let me see. I gotta drink some water, y'all. Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm doing out here all this talking. My mouth dry as hell. Cucamonga cracker killer. Yeah. Hold on. Let me put the top on my water real quick. Let's go on. We're gonna go on the other side of the street. I'm gonna see if I can harass some cops. Let me see. Let me see. What you say? Let me see. I ain't gonna put you on film this time. That's cinnamon. Oh, cinnamon.
No, I like cut stills and that shit.
Blood at the root. Blood at the root, huh? Billie Holiday. Yeah. Y'all from the city?
I've been here for 5 years. I grew up on Long Island.
Oh man, you grew up with the rich people living.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you grew up rich.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I grew up poor. I grew up in Southwest Philadelphia, man, poor.
It starts like a very...
You from Long Island too?
No, I'm from DC,
DC?
North Carolina.
No, y'all just came up, huh?
We're here.
Where you from?
We're here.
You from here?
Here.
You live here?
Yeah, we've been coming for anything.
Oh, so everybody live here though. Y'all just from different places. Are you originally from here?
My family is from here. I grew up in several places.
Okay.
Good to meet you. Southwest?
Yeah, Southwest. That's where I grew up at. In the 70s, 80s, and 90s, man.
Have you seen anything like this?
In Philadelphia? Man, you know what city you in? You know that this is the city where they dropped the C4 bomb on a city block in 1985? Huh? On the Radical Move group? Yeah. Do you know this is the city of Rizzo? The most corrupt police commissioner and mayor in the history of America? Here? Yeah, so this is nothing new to Philadelphia. Philadelphia has always been a powder keg and Philadelphia, up until gentrification, is probably the top 5 most racist city in a big city in America, and racially segregated. The white people lived on one side, the blacks and the Latinos all lived in certain neighborhoods.
I was just giving up this stuff to people just.
Oh yeah.
Like this fucking.
What was I supposed to say?
There's a budget hearing tomorrow, and we need to call these people out. We need to target them and say, you know where she lives? Tell her she's the one that's segregating our city. She's the one that won't give money for poor people. She's the one that says affordable housing is for people that earn $50,000 and $60,000 and above. No, it's for people that have zero income. That have $10,000. That have $20,000.
What's your name again?
Sterling Johnson.
Sterling Johnson. Well, I'm running a campaign in the movement where I'm saying that white people governing black people has been a colossal failure in this country. Who's giving white people a psychological evaluation to see if they're deemed fit to judge us? How could they be our judges? How could they be our lawyers? How could they be our police officers? If we out here talking about systemic racism, then how do we complain about systemic racism but then allow them to be the judge over cases? We get no justice. We allow them to be the district attorneys. We allow them to be our police officers. We even allow them to teach our children. Now, that don't mean that I hate all white people, but I don't trust the minds of white people. See, we've been psychologically evaluated. We have to change our ways to work in their buildings. We have to dress a certain way. We have to talk a certain way. But nobody ever psychologically evaluated white people and said that they was deemed rightfully to judge black people. We're not a protected class in this country, and we should be. So when I see stuff like this, to me, it don't mean anything until we get to the root of the issue. Because who are we going to complain about it? Other powerful white people. So if we're not dealing with that, then it's all for nothing. So the change is going to have to come from a psychological aspect.
I don't know what you're talking about. All you gotta go is go to the fucking house and tell them that they're fucking racist. Tell them in the face. Nobody's done that. Nobody's fucking done that.
That's my point.
Nobody. I don't understand why people say
You know why?
Do that. Oh, I don't know why. But we won't do that. Just do that.
I'm gonna tell you why it don't happen.
Everyone's no, I don't like your thing. I don't like your
But
thing.
let me tell you why it don't happen. Black people in this country.
Because black people are the majority of council. There's more black people on our fucking council. There's 9 or 10 of them. If they wanted to get together and say we want to have that racism is a public health issue, they could do it because we're all.
But you know why they don't do it? You know why they don't do it?
I don't know.
No. It's not even that. Black people are conditioned to be subordinate to white people.
Maybe.
We're used to be. I'm gonna tell you why. Watch this. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove my point. Hold on. Before you say no, hear me out. Hear another black person out why I'm saying it. Because no, you can disagree, but let me explain my point. Let me qualify my statement to you. It's important that I do. when we grow up not passing down generational wealth to our people in a capitalist system of not having economics, then what happens is we don't have the relevance to each other. We don't have the importance to each other because we always been subordinate. We go to everybody else for everything within the communities that we live in, which we're guessing because we don't even own the communities that we live in. That's a psychological issue. When we're taught by other races as children, we're reared from the time we're children. We're not taught in our schools by us. We're not governed by us. So what happens is when it's time for us to stand up to certain things, a lot of us cower down. We don't stand up for the things that we should because our economic and our development ourselves is not being developed by us. It's being developed by other people. And they're used to telling us what to do, when to do, and how to do it. And you know what we do? We acquiesce to it.
What's the solution?
The solution is what I said. We got to start asking real uncomfortable questions and stand on it. I don't believe that white people are deemed fit to govern us. We have to have watch this. Well, watch this. We have to fight for policy. We have to now for us fight for policy where we become a protected class the same as other groups and now start having our own, start governing, teaching our own. If we don't, we're going to be here tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow.
Every single fucking day about policy. That's what I write in that paper.
I'm tired of spinning our wheels. We're going to keep spinning our wheels. If we don't, we'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here next year.
Good to meet you, man.
Good to meet y'all too. All right. You see how when I was explaining it to the sister and I don't believe that. It's not that, see, because I don't want brothers to say, see, the sister's the traitor. No, our people are conditioned to not understand our plight, even the plight that we complain about. We don't understand that our school teachers are white. Our employers are white. Anything responsible for our growth and development, for the most part, it don't come from us. Our parents take us to schools and we drop them off to white people. We go to jobs. So everything that we have is based around other groups that develops us. So now when it's time to stand up to them, we don't know how to properly stand up to them because we've been subordinate to them forever. So even when I explain it to the sister, oh, I don't believe that. Well, I got remorse for her when she says she don't believe it because I understand my people when I'm talking to them. That's why I say I love my people more than they hate themselves, because I understand the conditions of my people. I understand the psychological mindset of my people. We out here, if you're not getting policy pushed to become a protected class, where we have funds allocated to our schools, where we have black teachers, where we're physically developing ourselves like everybody else, like the Latino, like the Jewish, like the Arab, everybody else gets to develop their own people but black people. And this is why we're afraid to ask white people the uncomfortable questions. We're afraid to walk up to white people and just be candid with it. We're afraid to do it. The issue is also that many of us. What's up, Penny? And I'm gonna tell y'all something. The questions I ask, if you notice, white people will sit here and agree with me. A lot of black people will push back on it. Brother, what you talking about? Why you coming down here messing with these good white folks? You better leave these white folks alone. They would stand here, and they would defend this white man based off and push me to the back because I'm a troublemaker. I'm radical. I'm a rebel rouser. I'm out here starting stuff, and I'm not. I'm trying to enlighten and wake my people up. I'm trying to teach my people with things that they don't know. What are you talking about? But you thought Black Lives Matter? Now listen. I got my moderators in there. Any fuck niggas that's in the chat room, get them out of there. I'm not dealing with no faggot ass fuck niggas in my chat room. No bitch ass niggas. If you in there with bitch ass nigga comments while we being serious and shit get real, get them out of there. Get them out of there. No fuck boys. I ain't fucking with none of you dick in the booty ass niggas. Get the fuck out my chat room. You out here protesting?
Yeah, I'm an energy healer.
You're an energy healer, huh?
Yeah.
So you trying to heal the world? You trying to bring good energy to the world?
I'm raising the vibration.
You raising? you from the city?
This is my hometown, but Brooklyn is my heart.
Brooklyn, BK. What part of Brooklyn you from?
Listen.
You from Bushwick?
No.
Bed-Stuy?
No, Flatbush.
Flatbush? How old are you?
25.
25. No, this ain't your first protest. You from Brooklyn. You done seen it.
Organizer.
Yeah, but you from Brooklyn. You done seen some stuff.
I was born here, so I organized a lot of stuff that happened 2014. I do internationally, like
I make a look. Yeah.
We got people watching. So what's your opinion on this? This is from a 25-year-old, y'all. We got to listen to the youth.
Yes. My opinion about what's happening right now.
Yes.
This is what I'm gonna say.
Speak your mind and don't
Yes.
hold back, though.
Right now, we're focused on ending white supremacy, racism, and white supremacy. But the thing about this is not gonna last forever. It's peace beyond this. People of African descent have to wake up to our truth, which is we are the wealth. Everything was built off of us. Without us, no empire could stand. So when we hear somebody try to say you a nigga, you and put you down, make you turn against yourself, I'm on the mindset of you can't make me hate myself because I know I'm wealth. Your wealth, give it to me. I'm here for it. I'm here to receive.
You're
my
the original
ancestors.
woman, right?
Yes, because 400 years ended in 2019.
That's right. So we 401 year
Yes.
now.
It's time to be free. Only if you choose so.
They loving you right
Only
now.
if you choose so. Because the ancestors said, I went through this. I went to Ghana. I was at the point of no return in 2017. And we were told, we don't hate them. We just make sure we tell them and ourselves, never again.
That's right.
This will never happen again. It never has to happen again. But one thing that I'm happy to see, the number one thing we need to not get emotionally tied up, because this is a codependent dynamic. This is psychology. You have to step into this mindset of identifying exactly what it is. This is not riots,
Right.
looting. This is a revolution, and it is also genocide and a plague.
Right.
And when you call out these people that are giving in heads of these genocides,
Yes.
and the people that are the number like that's getting killed the most in all of the genocides are black people. When you call it out, you eliminate all of this stuff, all of the noise.
You start to
and
bring
say,
down the energy.
Listen, this is a genocide. Enough is enough. And you remember, you stand sturdy in yourself, your self-worth. No one can make you determine your wealth. Even if it's unemployment, this doesn't determine our wealth. Our soul, our spirit, we are
Right.
the soul of humanity.
Knowing who you are.
Knowing who
you
you
are.
are.
Right.
And it's okay to forget sometimes, because that's what people that remember are here for, to help you remember that you are excellent.
She talking like me, right? Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you think when we come down from the metaphysical way of thinking, right? And we come into the physical world, right? From the absolute to the relative.
Yes.
Do you think that white people are psychologically fit to govern black people?
To coexist?
Not coexist, because we're going to coexist in the world. But within our coexisting,
Yes.
they've been governing over us. And I see it as a colossal failure. What's your opinion on that? Do you think that white people have a right to, based off of our history and everything that we talk about, you think that they have a right to be our police officers, our judges, our district attorneys, our school teachers? Or do we should have our people governing over us?
Well, I would say the true governance is self-governance. And the number one thing that I personally, to answer that question,
Yes.
is we have not stepped into our own sovereignty. We are looking for someone to govern us. Govern yourself.
Because we've been reared that way.
Yes.
That's why I asked the
and
question.
Forgot the truth. It wouldn't even matter who's in office.
If
or
we was
whatever, if you
conditioned.
would govern yourself.
So let me stop you right there. Where you at? That's why I asked the question. Because the way the institutions is set up
Yes.
and the way we're taught not to govern over ourselves.
Yes.
Remember, they gave us white Jesus
Yes.
as a kid. They gave us Santa Claus. All the superheroes, anything associated with greatness didn't look like us.
Yes.
So when we saw ourselves through the lens of subordination.
Yes.
So now everything you're saying is correct.
Yes.
But me trying to get my people into the light to understand that they are the true existence of everything is hard. Because even when I talk this way, I get beat up by my own people. They push back on it.
This is what I would say. You have to talk. It's about language.
Yes.
You have to talk the language. Everything is language.
Yes.
The number one language is art.
Okay.
It's music.
Yes.
It's that exchange. It's a dance.
Yeah.
So all of this is a lot of, I'm a tantrika, so this energy is creative energy,
Yes.
repressed energy, but sexual energy.
Yes.
It's no place, nothing is being created, it's consumed.
Yes,
but
I
no
agree.
creation.
Nothing, no manifestations is going to come out
No,
of it.
it will change, will manifest from this because of the awareness that's becoming, it's shifting people's
But let me ask you for the people so they can get edified,
Yes.
because I deal in the metaphysics too. I believe that change will come, but if we're not to the point where you said we should be, that manifestation may not be for the benefit of us. We have to get our minds to a point where we're saying we're declaring this is what we want.
You
Meaning,
have to be sovereign.
yeah,
You have to
right.
speak for yourself.
You have to speak it into
Yes.
existence.
You have to know that you can.
Right. So now we don't get still and know that we are and speak it to existence. What we will continue to manifest is what we've been manifesting.
Yes, but listen, this is the thing about the past. It seems like the past is repeating itself. The past never repeats itself.
Right.
What happens is the past gives you opportunity to change what you did
Absolutely.
in the past. So right now, it's a major thing where history is kind of looking like it repeated itself,
Yeah.
but the outcome will never be the same as history because you have to understand all of this. It's a physical manifestation. Now, I'll leave it on this about racism, white supremacy.
Okay.
Racism is a mental illness. White supremacy is a mental illness, but it's rooted in self-hatred.
Okay.
The only reason why racism exists in the superiority complex is because they know their history and they felt inferior. They felt like without their natural
going in.
roots, they could not govern and be worthy of any abundance that's natural. The earth is naturally abundant. They never, like, it's mental
They
illness.
fighting for genetic survival, fighting against genetic annihilation on many levels.
And yes, but not, you'll see it's many white people that's walking beside
Of course.
each other because it's not even just about this.
Step up a little bit,
It's about your level of consciousness because in history, both groups coexisted.
Of course.
They did, but the thing that shifted was when they lied and said, instead of saying y'all were our teachers, they said we never learned anything from you. That was the lie, but
Of
you
course.
have to stop people right at the lie. You have to know enough to be like, whoa, oh, that's the lie, that's the truth.
You have to,
know.
but in order to do that, you have to know what the lie is.
Yes.
That's why you have to be still and know thyself.
Yes.
See, what I always teach is you don't even have to go into the institutions. You have to go inside yourself and let the
Yes.
inner self speak.
Yes. And
So,
COVID.
so the thing is, like I always say when I'm talking, this will be over when we say we want it to be over.
Yes, and I just was having a conversation with someone about this because they think that the war has to go on until 2022.
Right.
It can end today.
If we declare
say,
it.
I'm not a slave. I'm not just.
You have to
I
declare
stand
it
in my
here.
power. You have to declare everything first spiritually, then mentally, and when you do it in the mind, it is done.
But that's why I said, and I'm glad you said that, but that's why I asked the question in the beginning, so I'm a seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
That's why I asked, do you think that white people are psychologically fit to govern us because we've lost our minds? So, and I'm going to tell you why, let me qualify why I said it. It's there, but the understanding of what you're teaching, a lot of our people will be looking at you like, what the hell is she talking about? Because they're stuck in the illusion. They can't see themselves outside of the illusion. I call it the Freddy Krueger effect. You lost your ability to dream.
But
The
you
minute
know-
you go to dream, Freddy's there to kill you. So
Yeah.
you live, so you stuck within this reality, you manifest nothing.
But this is the thing. For people like myself
Mm-hmm.
and others, knowing that people are stuck in one reality,
Yes.
you live the opposite of it.
You be
And
the
you
example of the
chose that
change.
because everything's the subconscious mind, it's all pictures. You have to physically embody the difference for people to wake up to something being
can
different.
see it.
Because you can say,
Man, this is
Yes.
a goddess right here, man. She giving that
Yes.
science. Drop that science,
You
man.
can
Come on.
say-
Look, we got 116 people here, man.
Yes.
They like, yeah, man.
you
They,
can
they
say,
loving the vibration.
like, and this has been the problem in history. The problem in history has been
That's
people,
right.
Yes, the problem in history has been people saying, "Oh, y'all not moving past this. You're not moving past this." But no one had the courage to step fully and say, "I'm stepping away.
Right.
I'm doing something new, a new paradigm. I don't care if the old falls. I'm in
Let me
the
say
new."
this, stay there, because I want the people to get edified, because you burning them up.
Yeah.
People don't step away because they believe that they need the fabrication. We're stuck in the fabrication.
Yeah.
We're stuck in the materialism.
Yeah.
We're stuck in this world of believing if I don't have it, I'm going to suffer. I'm
That's
going to die.
self-worth and
Then,
it's survival.
right. So their life. So what I'm saying is, I call it the Freddy Krueger effect, because you lost your ability to dream yourself outside or see yourself outside of your current circumstances. And when you do dream, Freddy's there to kill you. So you stay stuck here. And then I'm gonna pass it right back to you. When the sister step over there, oh man, she crazy. Look how she look. Look at her. Look at her. Not realizing that you separated yourself from the relative and went into the absolute.
Yes.
Go ahead, you got it, man.
And I would say the number one issue where you will fall suit no matter who's talking about you is when you don't have you don't know yourself. So somebody could see me and be like, she's crazy, and I'm like, I could care less what you think of me, because I know who I am and I know what I am, and I have this knowledge and I'm assured because I'm living it and I am it.
True
you know,
living.
so no matter, and that's the same sickness as white racism, white supremacy of making someone other, making someone untouchable. We can't relate, and it's like I'm an earth sign. I'm a Taurus, and I bring things down to earth in a sense of like this thing with emotions. But it's constant. Now, if you look at history, it's the same triggers. If you can look up anything, look up the Willie Lynch letter.
Of course.
The Willie Lynch letter tells
Psychological.
you how it took 1 year to do this, and that was the plan. And they say it's one way to break that, but you would have to be in tune a certain way to realize what it is.
I want to say this to you. You're 25, and this is important.
Yeah.
And I want to say this to everybody in the chat room, right? You being 25 and being a black woman in America, being able to speak in the manner in which you speak is more important than warriors on the front line. And I'm going to tell you why and understand. You give birth to the kings that protect you. That the one aspect of warfare was to take away the mind of the woman, because they understood the powerful nature that the woman gives birth to kings. So when you get black women thinking like you think, all of this is over tomorrow, because y'all the first teachers to the baby. And when you're raising a boy to be a king, and then he gets see. Because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you, when you understand your worth, you're more likely to pick the perfect mate. And when you're raising kings, and he gets to see his father stand as a king, now we reinstill that black family, the black worth. But the object was to destroy the mind of the black woman. So when I see a sister that can speak the way she speaks, her natural hair, she loves her reflection when she sees it. We got to get our sisters back there, because our sisters, we live in this community where they say all these single moms. But if we got our sisters back like this, this over tomorrow. You can forget it, because what's coming out of her wounds is soldiers. She's not raising her kids to be docile and be afraid of the system, because you ain't afraid of it.
I'm really not. I'm not.
So we need more. We need more. We need to train our daughters to be like you.
And this came from a lot of introspection, because my core is that I know I'm free. I wasn't born to be, my mindset is so different. But it comes down to self-worth. And I have a deep appreciation for men and black men, and really all groups I have a deep appreciation for, because I see things at a different level. But I appreciate that what people offer. Like, men are providers.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to be so present and aware to see, what are you receiving?
Yes.
What are you consuming? What are you receiving?
Right.
All of this is all
move up a little, because them cars, when they come, they moving closer and closer as they come.
All feminine energy.
Absolutely.
And this is one thing about the goddess. In warfare, the masculine will move. He will move around. He will move. When the feminine is called, she comes at a certain point when it's time for it to be done. The divine feminine does not play.
Oh, she don't play?
Over.
Y'all don't play?
It's over. It's over. But we ask that the men stand up.
Yes. Yes.
Because no woman, number one, this one thing that breaks my heart, yes, I am the divine feminine. I am Shakti energy. But it's too many women direct face to face with cops. My thing about what's going on right now, we got the National Guard here.
Yes. We need men on the front line.
It's all about frequency.
I'm going to turn around and show them. Go, keep talking.
if a switch went off, they would be shooting right now.
Yes.
And it's women up there yelling.
Yes.
Now, women have this power when we are tired of being silenced and tired of things not moving forward, we
Yes.
will come like fire.
Of course.
But at the same time,
You need your kings.
unity.
You need
We need
Ogun.
unity.
You need Ogun on the front line for you.
we need unity. Yes.
You need Shango up there.
And my spirituality is Shaktism.
Yes.
I study all religions and all
Yes.
backgrounds because I know the origin. I'm connected to the source.
Absolutely.
So, but in this dynamic, what we need to do again, we need to dance. We need to
Okay.
dance again. A lot of people aren't truly making love. And all of this is
Hold
all
on,
this
real,
is
hold on, real
sexual
quick.
tension.
Cynthia didn't say it in the context and the manner in which the sister's talking through, Penny. It was a whole. You can't just take out one piece of what she said
Yeah.
because she said a lot. She also defended black men and talked about separating from this mindset. A lot of our sisters are still part of this mindset. She's saying that she's not a part of this mindset. So you can't take what she's saying just pieces. You gotta take the whole conversation.
Yeah.
The whole conversation. That's
Yes.
all I'm saying.
And this is all. It's time to dance again. It's time to move. It's
Right.
time to. One thing about us, we're not moving. We're not dancing. We're stagnant. We're like still water. We're stagnant water.
They want your information. Tell them
Okay.
your information because people
My
watching.
my Instagram is Billionaire Mystic 528 Hertz.
Billionaire Mystic
528 Hertz.
528 Hertz.
Hertz is HZ.
Hertz is HZ.
And it says High Priestess of Radiant Pleasure.
Oh shoot.
And my Twitter is Rose Afua. So Rose AFUA. And I'm Shakondi Rose. Shakondi means love.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Yeah, she did say that. But what I'm saying is you gotta learn. We gotta learn how to listen. Everything is said in context. She said that, but she said a whole half hour of things before she made that statement.
What
So
statement?
about black men being on the front line.
Yes.
See, black men on the front line, but you also gotta speak about what she said about how the sisters gotta separate their minds from this world.
Yes, no. I'll express that about like black men being on the front line. I'll be honest about the Willie Lynch letter. The Willie Lynch letter.
Hold
was
on,
set
before
up-
you say, let me give you context. Because what we have this in Black YouTube
Yes.
right now, and what I'm working hard to eradicate. We having this gender war between black men and black
Oh, no,
women.
that's done.
So when you made the statement about black women on the front line,
Yes.
they automatically jump right into the gender way of thinking.
No, I
Clear
don't
that up,
think-
sister, for me.
Okay, listen. The biggest crime and illusion is gender wars. When it comes to turning the sexes against each other, turning those two energies against each other, I do not stand by that at all. Because we are one together. We have that energy within ourselves, masculine and feminine, and you cannot create without that union. It is no war. It is no war between men and women, especially for me. I have no reason to be at war with a man because I don't want to be a man.
Let me
I
ask you a
appreciate-
question for the edification of some of our sisters.
Yes.
Why do you think in this climate and this psychological fabrication that we're in,
Yes.
why do you think that our men are not on the front line?
Because the Willie Lynch letter is set up, it was their economic plan to make the black man mentally weak but physically strong.
Right.
So when a person is mentally weak and physically strong, they see these things, but it's like, and they want to, and the way that society has dealt with men making their worth be based on how much money they have, what they can give,
Or what's
in
between
terms
their
of
legs.
their sexuality and,
Right.
and all of these things that's not true self-worth. Men feel they want to help, but they feel like, what can I really do?
Right.
And they made the woman the strong, especially black women, they're strong. They took her softness, her ability to be soft. It's like, no, you have to be on the front line. Like, it's all mental,
It's all mental.
you know?
So let me ask you a question. A lot of the women, I want to ask these questions because they deal with the gender thing.
Yes.
What do you think when you see a lot of the moms that's raising the boys now? That's inside the fabrication. What is the mindset of the sisters that's raising these boys?
The mindset, I feel like, of really parents, I can't speak for all parents, but deep down inside, people want to love, and they want to love properly, but people don't know how.
Right.
And a woman, she'll feel, this is like on the physical, like 3D conscious, like she wants her child to have what they need to deal with this world.
Yes.
To be prepared. You know, but one thing we don't admit, we're afraid to be vulnerable and say, I don't know.
Who, the sisters?
Across the board.
Yeah. Say that again. We're afraid to do what?
Be vulnerable.
And say we don't know.
We don't know.
We're making a lot of mistakes.
Yes. And I teach about wealth. And this is what I say. My YouTube is Billionaire Mystics 528 Hertz. What I teach about wealth is that the rich and the poor are all in scarcity mindset. Because without the poor, the rich are fearful of losing and lack. And the poor are afraid of being deprived and not having. Both are really in lack consciousness. They're not in abundant mindset. And when it comes to wealth, this thing about wealth, wealth is a woman. Money, abundance is a woman.
That's right.
And wealth, money runs away from negative energy. You cannot, a woman needs to be safe. This is the number one thing about women and femininity. We have to feel safe to
Yes.
fully open up like the flowers
Yes,
are.
right.
And if we don't feel safe, either emotionally, and it's not just one, oh, I'm physically protecting you. It's emotional protection, mental protection, physical protection,
Yes.
economic protection.
Let me ask you, how, from your perspective, how do we get our sons, which come from me and you?
Yes.
Penny, our children come from the black man and black woman. So if the black man is not on the front line, it's a failure on both of us.
Now,
As my question to you would be, sister, how, from a woman's perspective, because I can't speak for a woman, for a woman's perspective, how do we get the black man back on the front line? Matter of fact, not the black man, the young black boys on the front line.
I would say, look at the Million Man's March, where
How do we manifest that energy? How do we get that Ogun, that Shango energy back in our boys?
men have to know that they're worth more than money.
Okay. We have to
Because
know
a
that
lot
we're
of men-
worth more than a fabrication.
A lot of men don't know their worth.
Yes.
They're losing their minds because they're losing jobs. They're like, how can I provide for anyone without this?
Right.
They feel low, like the self-esteem is low.
Well, how come we're not willing to fight for it though? We fight each other, but why is the energy? Why are we fighting each other, but not that which we know is harming us?
Because when it comes to change, it's one thing to speak it. You have to be ready to commit to change.
Okay.
And sometimes you don't even know how to sustain change. If you've been through one thing for so long, see, a lot of people don't talk about what happens in men's world. I'm a woman,
Right.
but men have a lot of pain, unexpressed pain.
Say that
unhealed
again.
pain.
Say that again from a sister's perspective. Say that again. We have a lot of what?
Pain. And this is not women have more pain than men. No. Everyone has pain, but we don't talk about some pain that some people have. Men carry a lot of pain. It is so painful to not feel like if your purpose is to be a man, you feel like you can't fulfill
You can't
that.
be a man. You just say fuck it.
And you turn to just sexually pleasing people, and your worth, your sense of worth within yourself, it's not there, it's not sturdy. And you don't take moments to pause and say, I gotta heal me. I gotta get me together. I gotta heal the little boy in me. I talk to the little boy and the little girl and men and women. I talk to the child with it. Because the child will never leave. The child
right.
is there forever. You could be 100 and the child is in
Well,
you.
it says in the Bible how we remember in the kingdom of
Yes.
heaven. It says as a child.
Yes, because the inner child needs
Come back.
if your parents, if people get upset at their parents, like my mom did this, my dad did this. You know, they're like, my mom did this, my dad did this. And they feel like they want to, and they pass on when they have kids. They're like, I'm going to do my dad didn't do. I'm going to do my mom didn't do. I'm going to make it up with the kids. Make it up with your inner child. Reparent your inner child. Love your inner child. If your parents neglected you, don't neglect yourself. Take care of
We all
yourself.
subbing to you.
You know,
They
take
all-
care of yourself. Love yourself. Because you are a parent. Even if you don't have a child, you're
You
a
still a
child to
parent.
yourself.
Right.
You
right.
get that's the biggest reward. And when you're spiritually connected, you see your physical parents, the parents that birthed you, they're just assistants
And you
to help you evolve.
are all your parents that was here before you.
Yes.
You just come back.
Yes,
It's living
and-
experience.
Yes, but never forget the inner child. The inner child, it should not be neglected. Men, it's okay to receive love. It's okay to be vulnerable. And women, it's okay to be vulnerable as well.
So tell them before we get what they starting to throw stuff.
They're trying to get into people's faces. They're mad. See, this is something else I want to talk about.
Hold on, I'm gonna show real quick. Yeah, they
People
try
get
to.
upset when they don't get reaction. This is psychology.
This here.
This is like narcissism, where you have a lot of emotions. You're like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. And the pain goes to rage, and someone stonewalls you. And it makes you even more angry because you're like, I need something. Give me something. Recognize something. I need a reaction. And they're stonewalling. And depending on the person's psychological standpoint, they can lose their mind and snap.
So you're saying that we don't even have to do this. Like we don't have to get all aggressive. We could just be cool.
No, people have to follow their inner guidance.
Okay.
Because everyone has inner guidance. Trust yourself. Some people are called to riot. Some people are called to meditate. Some do
Everybody
what you're
gotta roll.
called to do because
Everybody
we're all
gotta roll.
together. It all plays a part. But I need the world to understand that this is psychology. You have to understand the mind.
Right.
You have to see how the mind is. This is all the subconscious mind playing movies. This is like a movie. And
Yeah.
you see that they're silent. They have big guns.
Yes.
They're silent. But at the same time, giving no energy.
Okay.
No energy to people. They might smile. All of this is vibration to get people in fear. It's
Yes.
all right.
It's an illusion. It's an illusion
illusion
created to
of-
get you to believe it.
Of power.
Okay.
But when you don't get a reaction, you have people that now, because it's a barrier, a perceived
So now
barrier.
they need the
They
reaction.
need face to face. I need to see you. I need to make sure
Got
I
you.
get a reaction from you.
Got you.
To make sure, one, you feel what I'm feeling.
Got
because
you.
this makes people feel like they're interacting with machines.
Oh, got
It's
you.
like, where's the emotion? Aren't you a human? What's wrong? Does the outfit make you not human anymore?
Yep.
But that's all an illusion.
Yeah. You know they got the National Guard all in West Philly, Southwest on the corners now.
In every state, it's because they want to have a race war. They want the world to go into a third world war and have America be like World War I when it was all domestic issues, civil unrest, and it's all to change the age. The
Right.
economic system is shifting, but it's different frequencies right now. You can be on the low vibration and feel hopeless, or you can wake up and see like, oh, let me get on in the front of this. Let me get if the economy is falling, let me shift how I make money. Let me do it on, if I had a brick and mortar, let me go online. You have to be adaptable. You have to be like water.
I'm telling y'all, if we got the mothers of our babies to think and speak in this manner, whoo, the system is in trouble.
Yes,
because
and-
the children that's gonna come up out of that house, man, and a lot of y'all, I seen some people in there calling her a hotep and all this kind of
I'm not a
stuff.
hotep.
Watch this though.
Oh, no.
Watch this.
Oh, no.
Hold on, watch this. Let me address that for a minute though.
I-
See, hold on, let me address that for a minute. See, we gotta stop doing that though.
Yes.
We gotta stop doing that. Because first of all, most people don't even know what hotep is, don't even know what hotep mean. They don't even know the history of the word. They don't understand the culture, none of it. So the thing is this, right? When you have people that tries to reach for something and honor their ancestry and honor the spirit realm and understand, you should never disrespect that. Now I know on YouTube you got black people that take advantage of certain things, but that don't represent everybody in the streets. So if you see her speaking and you say, oh, she's a hotep, y'all don't know her. Y'all know nothing about. What you should do is take the energy that she's giving off, eat the meat, throw out the bones. Take the energy, and if she says something that you can use as applicable to your life, you should use it. But stop disrespecting your people and calling them hotep, where at the same time, you still allow white people to govern you.
And at the same time, just ask me. Because the stuff that I know, my level of enlightenment
What's
comes
going
from
on?
meditation.
Now, look, hold on. This is a good police officer right here. This is the good ones. This is one I known for a long time. He loves his people. He put that uniform on, but he still knows he's black and he loves the people. He's connected to the people in the community. So when they say that there's no good police officers, I know this man here, he's a good cop.
Yeah, but in terms of
All right,
hotep, I'm a free thinker.
Yeah.
I'm free.
Yeah.
You know, no, I didn't go to a book and study this. Like, it's to the point where all I gotta do is just meditate and travel. And I don't, you know, that's why you have to be still. If I were to tell you my story, my life journey, you'll be like, wow, you would never say I'm a hotep. But I don't take offense because that's your expression, and it led to more dialogue.
But we're conditioned to look at anything that's spiritual or anything that would be spiritual and lighting, we reject it. Because in the fabrication don't want you to have positive energy. So in closing, give the people your Instagram again. Tell them who you are, and tell them if they want to look you up, where they can get some more of this powerful spiritual enlightenment. Tell them who you are, man, before we go over to the other side.
Okay. I am Shekondi Rose Nana Akua. And I'm a high priestess of radiant pleasure. My Instagram is Billionaire Mystic 528 Hertz, HD for Hertz. And I'm a sound healer and beyond. And my YouTube channel is Billionaire Mystic 528 Hertz. Stay focused. It's not stay focused, but my YouTube is that. And yeah, you can find me there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your energy, man. And you know, the black woman is the healer of the world. And once she gets back to knowing that, all this is in trouble. All this is in trouble. You have a better one. Let's go. Let's walk up in the crowd before we get up out of here. They trying to get they trying to kick stuff off over here. Who we got in here? Yeah, I did, Penny. So they up in here. Let me see. They up here. Let me walk up to the front of the crowd. They out here messing with the cops. They got the cops. They out here messing with. No, it's not super crowded, Xander. There's a bunch of gnats out here, though. I know that. He ready to go to work. He got the gnats in the guard in the back. Sugar B, what's up, Sugar B Chronicles? That's why he's standing behind the that guy with the nice shoes. A lot of hoteps tell the truth. They try to wake us up. We should be cool with the hoteps and not cool with this system that we serve every day. We gotta get back to our spirituality and spiritual teachings, man. Yeah, what's up, Top Boss? What's going on, man? Good to see you in here. What's up, my brother? Let me see. Let me see. What he say? Look at him. They out here wilding. All right, y'all.
Give respect. Who said that? Who right here? Who?
What happened? What happened now? What happened now? Hold on, I gotta get this on video. What happened? What happened, man?
Big guy. They never gave respect to black people the entire time. We've been here. We built the infrastructure of this entire country.
Then why were they screaming at a black man?
Because just because you're black doesn't mean that you're on our side. When they're over there.
Hold on. He might be the police. Don't even. He might be the police.
If you're the police, honey, you gotta go over there. Because there's a lot of people. Your company is not protecting you. Talk about giving respect. We built everything here.
Don't give him your energy. Don't give him your energy.
This motherfucker right here is not about us. This motherfucker right here thinks he's cute with your little privilege.
So what did you say?
What are you attempting to say? What are you attempting to say?
Hold on, sis. Hold on. Don't give me your energy. Relax.
Give me energy. No. I'm tired of white men. I grew up with white men like this.
I know.
No. I used to date a white man like this, so I do not play.
Their time is coming to an end, though.
Oh, their time is already ended with me.
Right, that's what's it. Their time is ended with me. So what do you think?
I think you should have been screaming in that poor homeless guy's face.
And the homeless guy. So what do you think about all of this stuff? What's your opinion on it?
I'm on your guys' side.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Screaming at a homeless man? We said we could give him money instead of doing that shit. I told him I'll give him money.
It took him so long to say
I said I will pay him. No, nigga, you need to look at it.
They out here going crazy. They out here going. Hey, listen, you know they done sent a white agent up in the crowd. Hey, listen, y'all, hold on, listen. Listen, y'all gotta be. Hold on, listen, y'all, listen, sisters, listen to me. Y'all gotta be real leery of agents coming in and get the crowd revved up. Don't even fall for it.
Oh yeah,
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
He like them bricks, y'all. He trying to get us
for it.
riled up. He like them bricks that they play.
Yeah, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Ignore him.
No, you know what? Let's blast him.
Ignore him.
Let's
He the police, man.
Everybody's like that. I hate you. Because I hate you. He's a brick.
Yeah. Don't pay him no mind. He don't even exist. He don't exist. They want somebody.
That's the whole shit. He does exist.
No, but in this space he don't.
But he is existing, and I want him to get out.
Yeah, he's the police.
Only white people are gonna say, like, only a white man like you is gonna say, look at it from his perspective. Look at it from our perspective. He the cops, man. Listen, just think of this, right? Why would he come up here in this crowd with all these people and something like that? If all these cops said, he a plant. No, but they sent him here to get the shit popping. That's why I said I don't even give him no energy. He a waste of time. He want to get shit popping.
Just make sure y'all are safe out here because they're gonna get crazy.
Yeah, he came to get shit popping. And see, the thing is, when he don't have no fear of doing that, you already know who sent him. He don't have no fear of coming to the crowd with black people. They sent him over. They said, go over there. He said, I'm on your side. Where y'all from? Norristown. All right, Joe, we about to sign. What y'all sign say? We will not be silent. What that one say? Black lives matter. Black lives do matter. Black lives will matter. Justice for. Okay. Y'all see how? Hold on, who that? Hey. Yeah, he did his job. Hey, great black shark. You see how they send the police? They send the police in the crowd to come in and get shit popping. I'm about to start walking away. Let me see what they got here. Mesa cop, call it Peppa Pig. Mesa cop, call it Peppa Pig. Silence is violence. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. So social equals social. Solidarity change.
Social solidarity.
Oh, you read it. I read it wrong. How old are y'all, man? 20. 20? 23. 16.
28. 26.
Oh, y'all babies, man. So what's your opinions on this, man? I want to talk to the 16-year-old first, man. The 16-year-old white kid. What's your opinion on this, man?
I think we had enough. I mean, how many times do we have to let this happen? How many times every time we have a peaceful protest, we can't even have that. What do you expect? We're every time. It's get worse and worse.
So being a white kid that only been on this planet for 16 years, you hear a lot when this stuff happens about the history of white people that you wasn't really born for, right? But now you're born into the world being white. How does that make you feel being a white person when you see these atrocities done to black people and you have black friends? How does that make you feel?
It's sad and it hurts my feelings because you see what happened. No reason. There was no reason for any of the death. He put his knee. He's saying he can't breathe. He's begging the cop. He can't breathe. What reason did he have to keep his knee on it? There was no reason.
So as a young white person, as a young warrior, being white, are you willing to fight against the white, powerful white infrastructure and possibly lose everything on the behalf of these brothers?
Yes.
Huh? So you need a generation of white boys like you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like you. A young generation that don't fully understand the history, that see what's going on, learns the history. Because see, if you out here protesting just for now, see, you can go back to being white. He got to be black forever. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't eradicate and take down the way the system thinks, but it's gonna have to come from people like you. He can't do it. You got to do it. Yeah, you can't do it at all. People like him has to do it. And droves. Cousin Larry at the barbecue, when he says something racist, he can't come over no more. The racist employers, you have to call out your white counterparts for people of color, for black people. You Latino descent? You white too? He go, no, he go,
I can't really cut, so.
I thought he was Puerto Rican or something.
That's the thing. It's all about perception. Like, he's black Filipino, I'm black Filipino.
They still black.
He looks black.
No, he is black.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the cops perceive him as being black, but they might not perceive me as being that.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me explain something to you. Let the big homie tell you something. Because I have mixtures in me too. Let me tell you something. In this country, you are a black person. In this country, you definitely, man, your name is Hakeem Jackson. They don't give a damn about none of that. Yeah, I ain't gotta mention you. In this country, if you go to other countries, the color system may be based off of something different. Poverty, because you may go into Cuba, you may go into Brazil, and you may see people that all look like this living in one community, based off of class, based off of classes. In this country, you consider a brown person, a black person, they're gonna put all of us on the wall together, and they're gonna call you nigga together. They gonna call you nigga too. So what are you, Filipino? You black Filipino, right? You black in this country. You a nigga. So what I'm saying is the way the racial construct is set up, we have a lot of mixtures, right? But when you come out with the way your skin is and the way your look is, you just look like you look like my cousin. Just my cousin got curly hair. There's a lot of black people that look like you. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is we got to understand who we are in this country and the history of this country. And I'm gonna tell y'all young people something, man. If you really want to fight for something, y'all heard of Stokely Carmichael, right? Now they were young people. They were young warriors. H. Rap Brown, Stokely Carmichael, Dr. King was young when he died, right? These was all young freedom fighters, right? They wasn't my age. Y'all can't wait till you turn 40 to start making moves. This is what I want y'all to understand something. You guys have to have your own agenda and what you want. Y'all have to go write down mission statements, write together drafting bills and policies that you want. You have to know who your local judges are. You have to understand the zoning laws where you live, the taxes. You guys have to know all of this. In our schools, they don't teach it to us on purpose. You have to understand your history. We don't live in a post-racial utopia. You still a nigga. I don't care if you got a white girlfriend, you still a nigga. America every day will let you know who you are. And the only way you're gonna eradicate that is for black men to finally stand up and say, this is what I want for me. Not for all people of color, this is specifically for me. See, the Jews got something specifically for them. If you say anything about a Jew, what happened to you on your job? They call you anti-Semitic, right? If you say anything about the LGBT community, what happens to you? But you can do anything to a black person, right? So now, once we know that, it's incumbent upon y'all to put together something. My job is for counsel and wisdom. Y'all job is the warriors to push this thing ahead. You're supposed to come to the big homie and say, yo, what happened in 65 when we did this? So now I know what I'm doing in 20. See, because y'all know they killed Dr. King, right? But did you know they killed Dr. King's brother the next year? Did y'all know that history? 1969, A.D. King, look it up. Did you know they killed his mother in 1974 while she played the organ in the church? Huh? Yeah, you heard of that, right? So, but they give us the steady diet of Dr. King dying, right? What I'm saying to you guys is you guys have to know your history and what it is that you're fighting for. I mean, it's fine for white people to protest with us, but we have to have our own agenda, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. This ain't nothing new. They've been killing black people. We've been protesting and tearing up this country for 100 years. If we don't get policies set in place for what we want, when they do some whatever laws or whatever, most of that money is gonna go to white nonprofit groups, LGBT community, and nothing's going to trickle down into the black community. We've been getting killed forever. We still got inadequate schools. We still complaining about the same thing our grandparents complained about. You guys have to get on the move, and y'all have to have something in Congress on the table. And it should be 250,000 African Americans standing outside these municipal buildings in the black church demanding change. We don't need white people to do everything for us. We need white people to protest to white people. We need to protest to our own and push our own. It's good that y'all here with us, but you need to understand why you here. Because racism is something that you guys have to eradicate to the powerful white people. We can't do that. You guys have to get an agenda for what you want. We're used to white people telling us what to do, how to dress, who's going to employ us. Because we don't own these buildings. We don't employ ourselves. We go to white people for everything. So now we're going to go to white people to get them to tell us how they're going to treat us. It don't work that way. So now they put the knee on that man's neck. But who's the judge that's going to preside over the case? Who's the DA? Who's the people that we're trusting to give us justice? More white people? What has white people done to govern over us? Are they psychologically competent to govern black people? Do you believe that? Knowing the history? So if you say no, then that means that you got to do something about it. It's on y'all. We got 90 people watching right now. I'm talking to the young people. It's on y'all to do something about it. I want to see a movement of black men in this country, 25 and younger, making moves. If not, then we can't complain about the things that's happened to us. And when they see us, they see us moving, then they can come join. But they can't be at the front of our movement. We got to be at the front of our movement. All right? My name's George, man. Y'all be on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
My YouTube channel is George Macon. Y'all type in George Macon. Subscribe to the channel, man. 16 years old, man. It's on you, man. Yeah, man. You gotta be the John Brown. You gotta be the advocate for change, man. You gotta be the advocate for change for your people, man. Type in George Macon. You should see me come up. You get it? Let me see. No, you typed in the wrong. Hold on.
You said Macon?
Macon, M-A-C-O-N.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how you M-A-C-O-N. You see it?
First one?
Yeah, that's me. You hit the subscribe and then the bell. So yeah, hit the bell. So
I got you.
and then the one down here, that's my other one. All right?
Appreciate it,
So subscribe, man. And man, y'all get on the ball, man. You too, man. You too. You black in this country, man. You black and Filipino. Who black? Your daddy black? Your daddy black, right? Huh? Y'all brothers? Your daddy black? Oh yeah, you definitely a nigga, man. Now I ain't taking away your Filipino side. Be honored, be that. Yeah.
I didn't take away my blackness.
Yeah. No, I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you now.
I write poetry. I wrote a poem on that.
You write a poem on?
Take away my blackness because of how they perceive me.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. Because don't let them do that. Because when you walk through the black community, you see thousands of people that look like you. I got cousins that look like you. Yeah, there's a lot of people that look like you. But I got an organization I'm starting. It's called Urban Nerds, where I'm teaching black boys that it's cool to be a nerd. We like to do our swag shit. We like to buy jewelry and buy nice stuff, but the nerds run the world. They the ones that own every goddamn thing. So we're going to be getting black boys into science and technology. So when y'all subscribe to the George Macon 2, you're going to learn more about the Urban Nerds program, because I'm going to need brothers like y'all, man.
Upcoming journalist.
Damn right, man. He looks smart, too. He looks smarter than all y'all. I think he the smartest one out here. He probably the smartest one out here. All right, man. It was nice talking to y'all youngins, man. All right, man. We about to sign it off. I've been out here running my goddamn mouth for almost 2 hours, man. For almost 2 hours. Out here harassing these damn people, man. Let me see who up in here. Keisha, you still in here? Yeah, man, I always get with the youth, man. The youth don't see a lot of people. Damn, man, this nigga out here just this nigga out here assed out. What the hell? Damn. What's up? What's up?
Are you still recording?
Yeah, I'm still recording.
Well,
Yeah,
look up Falcons Soccer Club.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's my soccer team.
Okay.
All right, I'm getting ready. Well, as soon as this is over,
yeah,
I'm getting ready to open up a studio.
Right.
My daughter makes commercials for Independence Blue Cross.
Okay.
You need a show, babe.
I'm working on it, man. I got a YouTube channel though.
You got a YouTube
channel?
channel?
You be on YouTube?
Nah, man. I'm more behind.
Yeah, well, my name is George Macon, like George, and then Macon, like M-A-C-O-N, Macon, Georgia.
Man, it'd be so much easier because you got it on here.
Yeah, so
Falcon Soccer.
I got you.
I'm Sidney Spencer.
Sidney Falcon Soccer. I'm gonna type that in soon.
Falcon Soccer Club on IG.
Okay, I got you. I got you, man. Nice talking to you, bro.
Real.
I got you. I got you.
You know, I got you too.
Yeah.
I got you too. I'm gonna give it to my daughter.
All right. Yeah, he out, man. But that's mental health, man. Our people sick, man. Yeah, I don't even want to walk through here. It smells so bad in Love Park, man. This is Love Park, man. This is where all the homeless people and stuff live, man. I mean, it just smells horrible out here, man. But I'm gonna sign off, man. Let me see who I got up in here, man. Top boss, man. Yeah, man. If y'all care, man, my Cash App is $ George Macon 2. That's my Cash App. Money's $ George Macon 2 is my Cash App. Man, I'm just out here, man, trying to put this work in, man. Trying to bring this information to the people, man, as it's happening in real time, man. That's all I'm doing, man. Out here in the streets, man, with the people, man. Come from behind the computer, come from behind them keyboards, man, and get out here and talk to these young people, man. These young people are receptive, man, to real dudes, man. When you real and you come with that spirit, man, they don't reject you. They receive you, man. They don't tell me, oh, hey, get the fuck out of here. Because the spirit knows who's talking to them. And I come with that real, man. So, yeah, we're going to sign off. Yeah, but my cash app is money sign George Macon 2. Man, I want to thank y'all, man, for giving me almost 2 hours of your time, man. Look for I have a video coming up that I went around the city during the time of the looting and rioting, and I recorded it all. So you want to get a chance to see the looting, you're going to get a chance to see the aftermath of it. So look forward to that. It's coming, and if you can, hit that cash app, George Macon, $ George Macon 2. Man, peace. I love y'all. To the next time.